Hello again, my name's Gabe Zolna. One of my viewers had asked me if I was multi-engine rated. I'm high performance rated, acrobatic certified, and spin certified. And what happened was I was working on my rating. I was supposed to do my check ride. What that means is that when you take lessons, you reach a point where your instructor feels that you're fully qualified, and then you have to demonstrate proficiency to a federal aviation inspector. And they could be a designate, they could be someone that has all the expertise and experience, and he has to sort of sign you off and give you the endorsement. Well, I was scheduled to do the endorsement in a BE-76 Duchess, which is a four-seater, 2 engines, 180 horsepower per side. And the check ride was scheduled for December 2002. It's quite a while ago. And at around 1300 Pacific time, a Mooney M20E and a Beach Craft Duchess, which is the Duchess in question, a BE-76, collided in midair about a mile northwest of McLean-Palmer Airport. The Mooney pilot and the instructor and student in the Duchess were killed. The Mooney checked in with the controllers at 12:55 and reported 10 miles over Oceanside. Kalmar is a Class D airport, and which means it's controlled space, and you have to report 10 miles out before you enter their airspace. At 12:58, the controller cleared the beach for a right crosswind departure. And about 1300, the controller made a continuous transmission that told the Mooney that a Duchess was on a right crosswind departure, and told the Duchess that the Mooney was inbound on the 45. There was no reply from either airplane. What a right crosswind departure means is you take off, that's straight out, you turn right crosswind, and the plane's over like this. And the Mooney came in over like this, and they collided. One of the things you have to do is you have to constantly be aware of your surroundings. And the obvious most dangerous time is when you're entering a controlled airspace, like an airport. I almost got killed at around 10,500 feet. I was flying an A-36, which is a 6-seater, single-engine, 300-horse Bonanza. I was trimmed out at about 178 miles an hour, and I was flying up to Big Bear. And I was under flight following, which means that I had asked the controllers to follow my flight to make me aware of any traffic in my vicinity. The controller got on the radio and he said, "Bonanza 1807 Lima, turn right now." So it sort of startled me, and I yanked the control over, and the plane went phew. He was at the wrong altitude. He was probably doing about 180, so we would have collided at close to 400 miles an hour. When you're flying, and you're flying IFR, or if you're flying VFR, if you're flying IFR, you're totally controlled, and you're going to fly at even altitudes, depending on your direction. If you're flying north to west, you're going to fly at even altitudes. So that'd be 6,000, 8,000, 10,000. If you're flying IFR, those are the altitudes you fly at. If you're following visual flight rules, then you're going to be at 6,500, 7,500, 8,500. The idea there is you have a 500-foot gap. If you're flying north to east, then it's the odd altitudes. So it would be at 3,500, 5,500, 7,500. The idea there again is you got a 500-foot separation. The problem is when you're descending or climbing. Obviously you're going to be climbing through various airspaces. Anyway, I hope that sort of answers your question. The reason I didn't stay with flying the twin is that particular airplane burns an awful lot of gas, and it's not very fast. It trims out at around 135, maybe 140. So I'd rather fly a Bonanza that gets closer to 180. And they rent for about the same. Make sense? But again, I wanted to do the multi-engine, and I would have, other than the aircraft that I was scheduled to take the ride in crashed at Carlsbad. It happened on September the 17th. I'm sorry. It was, yeah, September the 17th, 2002. Thanks for listening.